Ladies, gentlemen, world, here is the update tutorial. You see now that there is a floor, no house. That's because I want to make this easier. I dug 2 spaces under the floor, so you can kind of tell what I'm doing here. Now look, the gap of the outer square under is 5 blocks away from the floor, going outwards in each direction. I hope looking at the screen it's somewhat helps make sense, because I don't know what I'm talking about myself. But you will see what I have done, and hopefully you understand. You little cocksuckers. Now pay attention, and look closely at what I do. So this represents my door entrance area. Do what I do. Dig 2 blocks, like I am doing. Make sure it's only 2. It's important that it's only 2, so that it doesn't look any more weird than it has to. Then go to the opposite side. And just so you do it right, go on the side I do. I say preferably do your left. Now, break 2 blocks, break 3 blocks, break 2 blocks under the top block, and then this one, and there you go. You have your little magical kingdom of power. Blah de blah de blah. And you'll see the stone. It represents something. You'll see. I don't know what I'm doing. Now place redstone here. Put a redstone torch here. Put more redstone here. Blah blah blah. There you go. You're good to go. And do as I do. I will find it. Pressure plate. You got your pressure plate. You put it there. On the stone block. You should put a stone block too. Just so you know you're putting it on the right block. There you go. Now put 3 outer pieces of whatever material you want around. I don't really give a shit. But do it properly. Put a door here. There you go. Now place more wood. You can do this many spaces, or you could go longer. It doesn't really matter. And you put a bed. Make sure you leave a space, like at least 1 space here, like I did here. I'm making the system almost as small as possible, so you can make it bigger than this if you want. Do as I do. Make it 2 stacks high, the wooden walls that you have, and put a, what am I doing? Let's see. Oh yeah, glass window. I'm putting a glass window just for the prettiness of the house. Anyway, put a roof over the 1 block, which is what we're going to call indoors for the NPC villager. Watch as I do my magical powers and launch the NPC villager into his 1 block capacity room. Now I'm going to do this normal speed just to show you. It takes a little bit of time for him to eventually run inside, but it works, and that's what matters. Just give it a few seconds. NPC villager will go cuckoo, and he will go into the 1 block, and he will shit on that block all night. He will sit there and he will shit. There we go. Magical kingdom of NPC villager. There you go. Now look through the window. Hello, bitch. How you doing? Now watch closely, fellas, and watch what I do. As you can see, I'm putting a redstone trail around the outer rim. Now this is part of where it comes in handy that you dug the extra 2 blocks deep in that little trench in the front. Go all the way around, and make sure you copy what I do. It's very important that you copy what I do. And if your house is a different size than mine, it will vary. But hopefully you can, tell what you're doing accordingly. And now, what I'm doing, as you can see, is digging 2 trenches on this side. And I'm going to do this to each side. And make sure it follows your floor. If you don't know what I mean, just make sure you're watching the video. You should be able to tell. I'm going parallel with the, shouldn't really say parallel with an 8-bit game, but understand what I'm talking about. Now, the reason why you dig those 2 extra holes in the front is because the trap, when you function it, when the pistons, they will collide with each other on each side of the wall. So you want to avoid that and dig the 2 holes. On to the next section. Alright guys, this part is really easy. All you're doing is placing sticky pistons. Make sure they're sticky, or you're going to be getting sticky when you get mad that this isn't working. But you have to make sure that they're facing toward the grass block in front of it on your side. Now, unfortunately, it gets a little tricky here to place it facing yourself. So you have to dig that little hole and walk in the trench for just one moment. It's a pain in the ass, but it'll get you through. And all I'm doing is literally doing this on all 4 sides. And there's really no need to watch me do this because it's going to get boring and you guys are going to shit on me. So we're going to go to the next part. Peace! I consider this one of the fun parts. You're putting the lava in the actual lava trap. So dig down 2 deep again. Just a thick little trench. And all you're going to do, I think it's pretty obvious, you're going to place your goddamn lava. Oh, yeah, the weather was pretty much biting my ass while I was making this video. It rained, I think it rained 8 times while I was recording different segments. But I messed up a lot, so you won't see too much rain, which is good. And now, if you are a smart little lady or smart little boy, I sound like a freaking pedophile. If you're a smart person, you would realize you're going to put lava on each side. That is true. That's what I'm doing. So do that with all 4 sides, and I'll see you at the next stage. This part is pretty important, and all I'm doing is putting redstone repeaters to make sure that the redstone path can make it all the way around the house, and that there is no shortage in the power circuit. Now, this can get tricky, but as long as your lines of lava are not too long, this should be very fluent. If they're really long, I'm afraid there's more than likely going to be a problem, unless you want to complicate your path. Now make sure you go around all 4 sides on the outer rim. You do it properly, copy what I do pretty much, and you'll be good to go for this step. Alright, listen up, bitches. You are approaching the hardest step, but you're not there yet. All you're going to do is place a redstone circuit on the inner pistons, because obviously you're going to need these powered as well. So do what I did, that little beautiful square. And here's the reason why you dig two dirt blocks down rather than just 1, because you're going to need the space to place a block and have your redstone path go from outer to inner circuit. Now here, I've already made the system. It's already good to go. But I'm just going to explain to you the hazards you want to avoid. Now, I'm not sure how I do this in the pattern of the video, but I think I show you an example of how it works. Now, as you can see, all pistons are pushed together. You can't fall in unless you go in between one of the little squares, of course, but you're good. You're good for the most part. And now it's off again. And as you can see, the rim of redstone is a little complicated, and I'm going to get into that in 1 second. Congratulations, you've reached the most difficult part to explain and understand. Now, what I have here is a straightforward redstone circuit. And the problem many of you will run into, if I'm not mistaken, is you will have a circular short circuit with your redstone repeaters, and it will the circular circuit will go around from the front of the repeater to the back of the repeater, and when you turn your power off, it will not turn off itself. So as the rain kisses my ass once again, I will explain once the rain stops. La-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da. Now, as you see, there was a short circle. This also, that makes another circle right there. Because going around this circle goes from the front of the repeater to the back of the repeater. And now, I will show you what happens, and why this happens. Now, the inner rim did not turn off. The power is still clearly on. And that's because if the path goes around to the repeater from the front of the repeater and comes back into the back of it, it will not turn off until you break the repeaters. Now you don't want this. So you have to have a straightforward line going along on the inner rim. That's very important. It's hard to explain and understand, but if you really don't get it, just keep trying until you get it right. You'll eventually get it. It is not the hardest thing in the world to do. But this is the hardest step, and you're past it, so giggity giggity goo! Congratulations, Bum Nuggets, you've pretty much finished it up. Now you just have to cover it up a little bit, you know, make it look nice, make it all good, but make sure you keep the most important part of the whole premise of this uncovered. Now don't put a block here. As you can see, it fucks up the inner rim. And don't put blocks over the actual lava. So be careful of that. Cover up as much as you can so it looks as nice as possible without looking weird and shitty. Just, you know, cover up, make it all pretty, all that shit. And yeah, that's basically all I can say. And now I'm going to build my house and make it all bedazzling, and I'm going to explain a few things, let a few things off my shoulders in this video. But that is a trap, and if you don't give a shit about what I say, you can leave the video now. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like it if it helped you. Comment what you want to see, and I will hopefully see you guys later. Peace. Hey guys, I just wanted to thank you for putting up with my lack of videos over the past long time. I've tried to make this, but I got a strike because the video was too long, and I got too lazy to shorten it. But I got around to it, made it a little shorter. Hope you enjoy it. I hope I haven't disappointed you guys too much. But please stick around, and see you in the next video, guys. Thanks again.